Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Dre. I want to talk on some shit. Now, most of the time, I'm sitting there talking about white people and racism and shit like that. But most recently, there was a video that was released on TMZ, and it's across social media. It's about 4 black teens in Chicago, about 18 and older. They befriended this white guy, and they kidnapped him and tortured him. Now, I always talk about how Donald Trump gets elected and all of a sudden white people who were in the closet about the racism are now openly racist, and then all of a sudden you have this bullshit right here. Now, I'm never going to be one to hold back as though we as black people always do everything perfect, because that's not the case. A lot of times when I engage in conversation with people about crime and shit like that, most white people, non-black, and some blacks will bring up Chicago and Detroit. And of course, this happened in Chicago. But what really pisses me off is the fact that these motherfuckers, these dumb niggas, they would do this. Now, I'm gonna be very firm with this, simply because we as black people, we got to take an L for this. It's just like white people who are calling Michelle Obama an ape or a chimp, any type of primate. White people are taking an L for that. But for this bullshit right here, we as black people, we are taking an L for this. I can't speak on behalf of every black person. I know when I walk out my door, I hold myself to a certain standard, simply because people already have a certain perception of black people. So when I go about my daily ritual of walking and just existing, I try to make sure that I represent myself and my blackness so that people see us in a positive light. But when motherfuckers see shit like this, people are always going to have this perception of black people and violence. And that's the one thing that really bothers me. But the fact that they would put this on Facebook Live, torture this white guy, and it doesn't matter if he was a Trump supporter or not. I don't know the full story other than the fact that supposedly they befriended this guy, but to torture him the way that they did was totally uncalled for. I mean, we as black people, we got to do better. You know, if you're black and you're of sensible mind, you got to call out bullshit like this. You got to call these motherfuckers out. Yes, they were arrested. Yes, these motherfuckers need to be prosecuted as adults. They need to go to jail. They need to go under the fucking jail. Whatever the case is, the fact that they would do this to any other person, because the human family, that's what we are. And we're not always going to see eye to eye. We as black people, we have a challenge. We have an uphill struggle. And this kind of shit, it puts us 10 steps back when we've already taken 1 step forward. So that's the shit that we got to deal with. But to see this kind of thing, it disheartens me, simply because I'm sitting here trying to fight just to show the world that we as black people, we are a civilized group. And then you have dumb niggas like this doing shit like this. Again, I'm not happy about this. I'm very discombobulated. I'm pissed off. I'm distraught. And there's going to be a lot of comments. I haven't seen any comment sections, but I can imagine people are going to be sharing a very harsh criticism of black people and lumping us all together. I'm not trying to make any excuse as far as who I am, because I don't go out and I don't try to assault anyone of any ethnicity. But the fact that these motherfuckers did this, it makes them niggas. It's as simple as that. Anyway, I got to get back to work. But if you like this video, hope that you like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook. Peace.